Hello and welcome to this week's Pet of the Week at the Kokomo Humane Society. We're here with Karen Wolf and Richie. Going to tell us about him and his really neat eyes.
Yeah, Richie's a special guy. He's looks like a plain old white cat till you take a little closer look, and he's what we call bi-eyed. So he has two different color eyes, and they're both beautiful, green, blue and sort of a amber. He's just gorgeous, and he came to us as a stray. He's already neutered, and someone found him and couldn't find his owner, brought him to us, and he's available for adoption for just $20. He's been out a little bit. He has a little nick in his ear, and he looks a little bit rough. Not horrible, but he'll just get better looking once he gets in a home and settles in. I think he'll be a little whiter, a little brighter, but he's real friendly. He's one of these cats that's not so excited about the condo situation in the cat room and doesn't like his neighbors. So he tends to be a little less friendly in the kennel situation and maybe a little growly, but as you can see here, he's a really nice cat. So same with the dogs. Don't judge them by what you see right there. I think he's going to be really happy when he gets to a new home, and he's happy to sit on your lap, but he's a nice cat. And about 2 years old, like I said, so.
Well, and like you said, he's a little rough looking right now.
Yeah, he is.
But it's amazing what a difference just their diet can make. Mm-hmm. So if he was a stray, who knows?
Yeah, he probably wasn't eating really well. But now, once he's on a regular diet of good food, he's just going to get better and better, aren't you, buddy? And he's purring now. He's pretty happy. The camera's kind of freaking him out a little bit, but he's a nice cat. He's purring and doing everything we want him to do.
It looks like he wants to go play with our cords right now.
Mm-hmm. Tail's whipping.
Yeah, when I walked in, Karen said, "Oh, you just thought I brought you a plain white cat?" Because I looked at him and I was like, "Whoa!" You don't see very many animals that have two drastically different colored eyes.
No, I had never seen one until I came here, and we've had a couple in the last few years, and I just think they're gorgeous. We had they either have a green and a blue or an amber and one of each, and he's a handsome guy. So if you're looking for something a little unusual, this is definitely one. It's not missing a tail or a leg. I thought this is a nice difference. But yeah, he's a nice cat.
How old do you think he is?
We think he's about 2 years old, and that's sort of based on his teeth and everything else. But he's a young cat, and got out and didn't get his way home. But seems like he's in pretty good shape. He's a little bit thin, but that'll change. Mine seems to change like that when I get them home. So he's a nice cat.
Well, he is white, just like all of this snow we've been having. So that we want to talk again about keeping your animals safe in this kind of weather.
Yeah, he's probably a product of that he got out. He seems like he's been, maybe outside. It's hard to find anything to eat. It's hard to find somewhere to stay warm if you get lost. We've had a lot of, it's pretty scary. It's scary when you lose a pet in the nice weather, but when you lose them in this cold, it's really scary. So you want to make sure and keep tabs on when you let them out and make sure they come back in. That happens more than you would think. People let the dog out or cat and sort of space out and forget that they're outside. And also, they can't stay out too long. Mine are out, in and out, barking at the door immediately because it's cold outside. So you still we got a long winter ahead of us, I think. So we want to really make sure to take care of the pets.
You need petted a lot more because you are shedding.
Oh, really?
Yes,
oh, nice.
You have cat
everywhere.
That will probably calm down a little bit as
when
he's
they're nervous,
loved
they
on.
shed a little bit, and also he probably hasn't been brushed much. But hopefully, maybe a volunteer will take care of that today.
Probably not a good thing to point out. So in this cold weather, we recently had something that has made the news where an animal was outside, but it had access to a heated area
it was a
and
husky.
food. Yes.
And they do pretty well. even, they do really well outside, but the thing is that when it's this cold, they still need shelter, still need a place to get in out of the cold where it's warm, but, yeah, the dog was returned, so.
It was a happy ending.
Yes, happy ending, but they aren't always. So we had a little dog come in that someone found in a snowdrift, and our animal control picked her up, and she was almost dead. She wouldn't have made it through the night. So she did all right, but that was sort of a case of someone letting the dog out and not realizing it was out, or someone else let it out, and something got mixed up. So you really want to make sure. You're gonna bite me. He's had about enough. It's been a long time sitting in my lap, so he's definitely tolerant.
Is that the bird out there that's
Yeah.
so loud? It's very distracting. They're the in-house, what type of bird is it?
He's an Amazon parrot, Pedro. He lives here.
Very active out there right now. So, keeping possibly heated food dishes out if you
have to leave them out. Ideally, they can come in somewhere where their water and food doesn't have to be kept warm electrically, So, with dogs and cats, let them go out. The dogs just to use the bathroom and come back in, or, it's best to keep them in when it's this cold.
And what if you do feel like there's an animal outside that needs to be taken care of? What should people do?
Don't take it into your own hands, which is what these people did. Call animal control, call the police department, call somebody. There's all sorts of services in place to take care of these things. Taking someone's dog because you don't think they're taking care of it it doesn't work, because you don't know the whole story, you don't know really. So call an agency that's going to investigate it. We have a cruelty officer that goes out and checks things out. So call someone. A lot of times, it can go either way. Sometimes they aren't being taken care of and they need to have the owners talk to. But a lot of times, like with the case of the husky, he was fine. But it's best to call someone else rather than do it on your own, because it's basically theft.
Yes. Well, I guess this has been our episode of Pet of the Week. Come on by and see Richie, and if he's not here, there's always someone looking for their forever home. And definitely keep your eyes on the Kokomo Humane Society's Facebook page for opportunities for...
At the end of the month, we'll have a special.
Okay. So keep your eyes out for a special. And until next week, come and see Richie.